Greetings, peace, love, healing, and light. I give praise and thanks for today. Let me see if I can bring a little more light in here. I haven't made any videos lately because I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I be feeling I don't be liking this, and I don't be really wanting to talk too much. So I'm going through a journey right now of metamorphosis and so many different transformations in my life. And my channel, welcome to my channel. If you've never seen it before, I am Jaja Jovan, and I talk about the adventures and my truest truth and how I'm changing in life and how I'm manifesting and moving forward to do better things, and with the encouraging love to motivate others who are in the same sort of dome of energy that I am in. You know, like experiencing change, processing that mentally and physically, and I'm changing into a different realm and era of my life, y'all. I'm about to hit 7 uh, cycles of 7 in my life. 7 times 7 is what they say. You know, I ain't talking about the Terrence Howard multiplication. I'm talking about the one that I learned. So 7 times 7 is supposed to be 49 from what I learned, and that's where I'm going. I'm gonna be 49, and I'm very thankful to reach this stage in life. Life has not always been very fun. It has been exciting, thrilling, passionate, um, hard, painful. Like Rob Bay said, the joy and pain. I'm about to prep some lunch for my baby girl. Sending her some lunch. I'm taking her lunch to school, and I'm making an easy one today. Out of ripe banana and blueberry waffles. So it's gonna be banana flavored blueberry waffles, and I'm coming up here to talk today a little bit about the fact that during this change that I'm experiencing, I'm going through a lot of understanding how to get how to accept others not accepting me, changing, and also knowing that it's okay, if they don't accept it, to actually, allow the frequency to channel itself. And I live a very quiet, secluded life. It's just mostly me and my little one, and I have a limited circle of people that I keep around me, very limited. And I don't mind it being limited because it controls the energy, so to speak. With that being said, we know that energy is what controls all in life. And if you don't have any control over that, then your life it's probably spiraling in all sorts of different directions, because people are spitting off all sorts of energy into your energy, and you thinking about it subconsciously, whether you realize it or not. You worried about what other people think when you think you're not worried about what other people think, because you feel what they think. We are, especially when we wear our hair like this, in this ancient style of anthropoid antlers. When we wear our antlers out like this, when we wear our antennas out all thick and coerced together and that intertwine, our antennas are so thick, we are sensitive. Sometimes more extremely sensitive than most, because we are feeling with the strands of our hairs, and that's for everyone, not just for this style of hair, but yet for everyone. And it can signal what to come to you and what not to come to you, and it can protect you and it can keep things away from you, basically, and it's important that we understand that we don't have to have a lot of folks around us it's important not to have a lot of folks around you when you are seeking your truest self, when you are seeking to balance out self, like completely get self-centered, like seriously self-centered, and not in the irrational way, but yet in the medicinal, meditative way, to understand that you need to center your chi, your solar plexus, your energy needs to come within you and settle itself out so that you can manifest your truest truth to come out in your dress, in your ideas, in your expressions for any aptitude of art or life that you participate in. And you need to be your authentic self. When you have the meshes of too much energy around you, you are attracted to energies that are like your energies, but they are not your energies. So sometimes you can sponge off this sort of vibration from other people that may feel good, and it kind of seeps into your ego, and it feeds your ego basically, and you become like them more than you are like yourself. You don't really know if it's really you, and until you find some time in solitude and you start to think, I probably wouldn't have done that if they weren't there, or I probably wouldn't have said that if they weren't there, or all of those things like that. So know that you are who you are, whether they are there or not. Integrity is to do the right thing when no one is around. That means, like, when you're in your solitude, don't fill your space up with griping and moaning and complaining, because you'll draw that energy in. Even if it's not physical energy, you will draw that spiritual energy in. There are malevolent spirits out here. There are benevolent spirits out here. We're in an age now where people are actually acknowledging out loud the spiritual world and how it exists so parallel to us indeed, and that we are truly in existence at the same time. So it's so important that we recognize what a gift solitude is, to gather your sense of well-being and thinking within yourself, to know that you have the wherewithal to be confident at any time, on any podium, in any stance, because in the rhythm of any dance, you are authentically, truly being yourself. You're centered in yourself. That's where I am right now, and I'm appreciative of it more than I've ever loved it before. And I know if you've looked at my channel, you may have heard me say in the past, and mention quite often, the last relationship that I was in. The last relationship that I was in should have never really been a relationship, because the person didn't want a relationship, so I should call it a situationship. Because even though I hate to admit that it was a situationship, it was a deep situationship, and it had a lot of love in it. It did. It also had a lot of tug of war in it, and an imbalance that needed to figure out exactly how to navigate itself. But the energy was so strong that it compelled us to keep this magnetism kept drawing us back together. And others may look at it in all sorts of ways. However, I'm looking at it through the energy plane, not through natural eyes, as in what ways the physical world would observe it. However, in the celestial being of the eye, to observe these things in a spiritual manner. And I'm no longer sickened or heartbroken by it. When memories of pain kind of comes from it, I quickly seem to convert it into a positive tone and reflection of knowing that wow, what an opportunity to have experienced these elevations of emotions, and how it has developed me as a woman, and how it has lifted up my continence and not torn me down, and how it's pushing me, forcing me, propelling me, and has always been geared to propel me to move forward into the authenticity of myself. And so I do come up and I speak and do my YouTube channel, even though I'm in the morphing stages of getting these things done with my dental, and that means a lot to me. Appearance means a lot to everyone, and sometimes I bash myself so much for like speaking up on it, because I don't want to come across as being conceited, because this is not about being conceited in any sort of way. This is our vessel, and we have to take accountability for our vessel. I take full accountability for my vessel and the things that I've done with my vessel and my temple at the same time. This is a temple of the Holy Ghost. This is God manifested in the flesh right here. And the more I acknowledge that the Holy Spirit that created me resides within these walls, as I walk in representation of the light that created all of what you see right here in this energy. On that spiritual sense, I have to represent, and I have to take care of it. And we are not always aware, because there has been, and is often being spoken of in conspiracy conversations, about how the world has changed into a space, or has always been in a sort of space, where we have been designed to be beings to be controlled. And I won't say always, I'll say for a long time now, for eons now, for like centuries now, we have been in this mode of having to fight to be away from a dogmatic system. It's been frowned upon. You have been called names like Indian, nigga, savage, braves. All sorts of different names have been depicted upon particular populations of people who decided to live separated from a governmental system, in a sense of the way we have the diplomatic system that's built and structured and designed for us to follow today. Anyone that was about living a natural life from the earth, and following and abiding by their spiritual traditional beliefs and laws, have been some sort of way corrupted, or spoken about in a derogatory way, to make them feel as if though their belief system was not, how can I say, the best word I can use is right now, worthy to be truly acknowledged or respected. And so it's often been criticized. You've been criticized. You've been held back from being who you really are in a lot of instances. Now, give to take, given that there are energies in this world who, desire to reside under the system that we are in right now, like most of us are in. And some of us are signed over and, have no awareness to understand. The eyes are not open, the ears cannot hear. The words that I'm saying will not be relevant, and will not be able to penetrate to those who cannot hear what I'm saying. This is only for those who are able to hear me. Only the real can relate. It's been said over and over again, and it's been such an old saying, like the realest of the real. Pac was saying, only the real will relate to this. So what I'm saying is, get by yourself and love yourself. Understand that we fall down to get back up again, like that song I think Kurt Hammond said, Hank sang it. We fall down and we get back up. The rising and the falling, and the negative and the positive, the whole experience of life, it is a struggle. The crawling before we walk, the anxiety versus the enthusiasm. All of these emotions are all sorts of, they've been described as spirits before to me by someone in a lecture. So I mean, there's so much that is enveloped in this experience of a lifetime that we should all be honored to experience it. I mean, we fought. There was a moment when we fought. We fought. We done already beat millions. We already have conquered millions, because whatever father that you had that spit out that specimen of semen, them seamen, yes, appropriately named, those swimmers, there's only one champion. There was only one champion, and it was you, and it was me. So that we could see all of this, no matter what had been beat upon us, we were smaller before we were small. We start out a spark, and then we grow. So we have these questions where people have this, why would God allow bad things to happen to people, and this thing that where we want to have a reason. Everybody goes to this question in places of life. Everyone asks these questions, or if there's a God, and well, God must not love me if these things happen. I'm here to tell you, and maybe you don't want to hear it, but those who are ready to hear it and receive it will receive it with love and wisdom and encouragement, and know that it's time to wake up and take accountability for who resides within the temple of this flesh. What spirit, man, what spirit energy, what spirit is in here? What are the truest intentions? And recognize that we all, a murderer was once upon a time somebody's baby. What happened to it? What happened to the murderer to make him a murderer? What happened to their spirit? Where were they hurt? Who did they see killed? Where did killing come from? And so on with all the other antagonizing, cantankerous, nasty, bad energy that we have to experience in this world that comes along from people. Torment and turmoil is all around. So there's the thing of being able to rehabilitate, and there's the thing of habilitating. There are people who have been already in a good stage of mind, and they have to find their mind again because they have been offended. And then there are those who have never been able to have a right clarity of mind, and they don't know how to facilitate themselves to be able to experience a love that they've never known. Don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to presume that you know. Don't be so quick to clip the picture and think that you understand and you know, and you can read all of the things that walk right or sweep right up under your nose. Taking an internal glance. Take an internal glance and read yourself and figure out, what would it be if you put yourself and your spirit energy in certain situations? How would it affect you? Maybe you can come up with some ideas of how you can help. Or maybe you'll come up with some ideas of how you can see things and have a different perception, and change your tone of energy and your reflection. And when you're dealing with your loved ones, Please be careful out here, y'all. I didn't know. I had to learn, and I had to learn the hard way. You cannot share your dreams and your visions with everyone, because it's not intentionally that people kill your dreams all the time. People will kill your dreams. Dream killers. Slayers. Coming through like Buffy or something, a vampire slayer. Coming through just Zoru, whatever, whoever your baddest like villain is, and chop up and kill up stuff. They will come through that way fierce, and you don't even know it, and they're not even intentionally doing it. They coming to you like this with open arms. Hey, cuz. Hey, bruh. Hey, sis. What's up, dog? And you like, hey man, check this out, blase, squaze. I'm thinking about doing ish. And it's gonna pop up like this, and I'm gonna do this. And then they like, word, yeah, for real. Now, you know, they'll come back with discerning questions. Like, do you think that's possible? How do you think that, you know, you can manage doing that, and you have all of this going on and this, that, and the third? That's where they don't know, you know, they're going wrong, because in their mind, they're looking at you from what they have, and you don't know how people view you. You may think you have an idea of how people view you, but you don't really know how people view you. And when they have their idea of what they see you as and what they feel like you can present or come to the table with, they may feel like you're just highfalutin and talking too lofty, and you just really like off of the card table, and somebody need to bring you back into a well sense of being, and a right way of thinking, and a right process of mind. I call that crabs in a bucket. Honestly. But they don't see it that way, because they're doing it out of love. But any critical or criticism and tone of vibration that's sent to you when you feel it, because we feel shit, we feeling it. They're not saying it and don't see it. We feel it. And then we shake off our feelings sometimes. We like, ah. And if you're strong enough, you know what I'm saying, you can shake that shit off. But the closer that they are, and you may be sleeping with the enemy, they're not really thinking that you can do the things that you say you want to do. And you got to go through so much opposition in your household against your spouse or whoever else it is, your children, whoever it is that you have around you that don't really believe in your dreams. And they're dream killers, and they don't know they're dream killers because they got these negative thoughts in their mind about what it is that you're pursuing doing, because the negative thoughts are like, I don't think that's going to be too hard, and it's just might be too much, and whatever else that they might be thinking. And it seeps onto you, so it makes it like, oh, where you could run and do some shit, now you feel like your feet stuck in quicksand, like you can hardly lift your knees, like it's just like, what? Why is this happening? It was so easy, man. I had to connect. Yeah, I could do this. Why? You know, it's because it's the confliction of all the other energy that you've allowed to feed into your energy with being unaware. It says we entertain the enemy unaware. You know, we you know, you don't know. And they don't know either. So don't think it is like they humming and praying and trying to like cast spells on you, or just trying to do you dirty, or just got their nuts crossed on you. But they do have their nuts crossed on you unintentionally. That's the sad thing about it. So that's why it's important to understand, like, if you are on a mission in this life, and I must say, you know, many have been called, few have been chosen. And some of us are really chosen, like, to do certain particular works indeed that are just different from the rest. Not saying that they are more meaningful, no, because all of them are meaningful. Every work in this ministry of energy to get us into a balanced synergy is meaningful. There's just particular different tasks that certain ones of us have been groomed to do, that we must do, so we are in this solitude. So whatever relationship that you may be having, you can never seem like you can really get an equality or close enough to the person yet. Don't worry. The balance will come for you. The right energy will come to you at the said season and appropriate time. And my friend, my love, my family, we let you know, one star, please let me let you know that in the journey of your struggles, going back and forth throughout this life, is what it is for you to learn, and that you will be equally balanced, equally yoked out in the due season of the right lifetime. We live so many lifetimes within this life too. Don't feel like this is the only life you're gonna live. We have different seasons in this life. There are so many different elevations to this lifetime, and this energy never dies. So if you haven't balanced out with that, you know what I'm saying, on that equator wave with someone who can like give it and you can receive it the way you're supposed to, or if you pushed it away and you felt like, oh man, I wish I could go back and get that, you can't. Please know that I always moves forward. Move forward, avant. And in due season, in the right time of calculation of the universe and all of the things that balance out and laws of nature around you, boy, the gravitation of love and energy in that aspect that where you need it, don't you know your soul energy is looking out for your best interest, and that it will connect with light energy, like energy, and light energy to propel you to the right energies always. So don't force yourself. Don't put yourself in no derogatory situation just because you think you got to have someone because you don't want to be alone. That's misery. And that's imprisonment. That's kidnapping. That's not what's happening. That's not no good. And you can find yourself in a relationship where you know it's time to let go, and you know you're holding somebody hostage. I promise to never hold nobody hostage, but I held that man up like I had a 357 and a sawed-off shotty, boy. I did. I did. Wasn't no good. It ain't no good come from it other than the universe coming in and allowing the energies to separate us spiritually the way we needed to be and the way we must be. And now I'm a fool on my journey. And so is he. And we're okay. Life must be the way it must be, and we have to elevate. And there was a time where I put too much energy on the fact that I felt like, you know, I won't call it his ex because I don't believe, you know, like I got these quirky beliefs, but we won't go there. But for the sake of politics and the right word, we would call her his ex. But she will forever be, and I'll say this on live for real, will forever be his empress. First woman to bring him a child, only woman to bring him a child, a little princess empress too. I have the utmost respect, but I truly believe that she had her nuts crossed on us, and she couldn't help it. No, I realized though she couldn't help it. She could not help it, and I put too much on the fact, even with him, like, you know, saying like, you know, this energy is really affecting what's going on between me and you, and it's affecting me harshly. That may be, I may have been onto something by that, but at the same time, I have to take more accountability than any, because it's all up to me. What I do with my energy, my inner me, my energy, my inner God. It is up to me, not someone else. And what I did was I lost myself. I did. But I had to lose myself. Like Lauryn Hill said, define myself. I had to lose myself. All I ever wanted was love. All I ever wanted was love. I used to love a long time ago. Well, anyway, I say that and I use myself for example so that maybe in somewhere in this conversation, somebody watches this um, somewhere, it may give them the reinforcement to continue to move and get where they need to go and do what they need to do in their life. And I have not mixed up the waffles. It's been 30 minutes now and I just been on the hub. I had to get these things out, I suppose. And I wish you all well. The hours and the minutes in the day go so quickly. Most times folks don't have time to watch stuff like this anyway. I find myself a lot of times watching at night. So I hope that with the best intentions, I put out the best intentions, that the right mind, souls, and energy gravitate across this conversation and receive edification. We lift up and give praise and thanks always. We lift up and give praise and thanks always. All around about, above and below and around about, and come from within to give the greatest of what we can be at all times. And I'm out. Love, peace, joy, and healing.